First thing we're gonna do is unscrew that little bolt and big bolt. The next thing I'm gonna do is put our drain funnel into this little hole down here. Right here, guys. Right here. And let's see how easy this is. I believe that's made out of silicone. Okay, it's going in. And I'm gonna get underneath here and pull it to make sure it's open. All right, I believe the drain funnel is secure. All right, as you can see, I put some paper towels around here just to minimize the mess. And we have our drip pan that we're gonna put underneath here. So as we loosen our little bolt, we're going to use this socket thing to loosen it, and then we're going to use the bigger one to do the bigger bolt, and then we'll see what happens next. Now I'm going to turn the bolt. Oh, I got it. We're going to turn this bolt. Oops. More interesting. IDK. Okay, this should be loosening up. Oh, woohoo! Things to do while you're waiting for your oil to drip. You can get puppy kisses and just wait for it to come out. Okay, now I have my 17 millimeter socket, and as you can see, I let most of it drip into the pan. It's still dripping a little bit, but we're gonna see if we can get up in there and get that off. All right. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can feel around and hopefully get the right screw. If not, hold on. I think I did. I got it, so.
Wrong way.
Oh, righty tighty, lefty loosey, ladies. Let's always remember that. All right, so now I just gotta get in here and get dirty to get this. And that's okay. I'm actually saving myself $350 doing this on my own. Okay, I found the bolt. I'm gonna, I lost it again. A little slippery sucker in here. All right, this way, other way. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed I got the right bolt. I don't think I... All right, let's start spinning for gold. Oh, here it comes. Whoa! Woo! All right, that always surprises me for some reason. And another thing, when your bolt does fall, you want to clean it off and keep all of your nuts and bolts together. So when you go to put it back together, you have, you know where it's at. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sandy McDuffin reporting live, and the oil is dripping. Now I got the T30 for the oil filter cap, and when you take these off, you want to apply pressure so you don't strip the bolt. So push up here and do your first torque and keep going, and then you can just screw them right off. All right, so now I'm going to loosen the oil cap lid, which that was pretty easy, but I had my tool here just in case I needed to manipulate it a little bit. All right, guys, now we got the oil dripping, everything's off, and I'm about done, but we're gonna see how many beers it takes me to put all this back together. All right, now we're gonna open this up and see what's in our kit. Obviously a new filter, nice and clean. And we have our seals and our, I think those are washers, that's what I'm gonna call them, woman's point of view. And we have 4 quarts of oil, 4 quarts of oil, and we are using 5W40, it's a synthetic. So when I'm out there on the dunes, my engine's well lubed. All right, now we're gonna take a clean, I call these garage towels, and we're going to clean our area where we took off our oil filter cap and make everything nice and neat so we don't have oil burning when we're running our CanAm. And then we're going to change this seal. Okay, and that was one of the ones that came in this bag. We're gonna put this, I'm gonna clean this and then put this back on, and then we'll see. All right, so we're going to save the oil that's in there. We are going to clean the outside of it with a clean towel, or the towel that I put my old O-ring in. And then once that's clean, we're going to put the new ring on, but to make it easier, we're going to lube it. So we're just gonna use a little bit of this oil. Well, it feels like chapstick or lipstick, or lip gloss, I should say. Okay, and just go ahead and put a little lube on that, and then roll it around until it clicks on there. And that's a nice tight. Now we're gonna put the clean oil filter back in, and you want to center it on the housing, which I guess that is kind of by feel, which I think I got it. And then we're going to, and maybe not, it's okay. Sometimes you need to manipulate things a little bit to make sure it's done right. All right, just a little public service announcement. I could not get this in there. I did not get it fitted right. So my husband, Jim McFlippin, actually snapped this into place. As you can see, the cap is now attached to the filter, which ensures that it's gonna fit correctly. So for you ladies out there that are trying this, with or without a man, there you go. All right, guys, so we got the cap back on, and over by this hose, you have to kind of push it back a little bit. And if you have trouble getting that bolt back on, go ahead and use a 5/16 wrench to help you out there, all right? I tightened it with my hands and then used my wrench. So right now we're going to get down here all cleaned up, and we're going to clean our nuts and our bolts and our little socket thingy doos, and we're gonna get everything cleaned up to put all this together and put the oil back in. Okay. All right, obviously I'm on beer number 5 now, so this is getting a little bit more fun, more enjoying it, I guess you could say. And before we put everything back together, we have our clean washer back onto our 17 millimeter bolt. And what I'm gonna do, whoops, don't do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this cleaner and I'm gonna put it away from my body because I've never used this before, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm assuming it's gonna clean it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so clean that, get those metal shavings out of there so it does not end up in your motor. So take a look. If you need to do it again, I don't think you can clean it too much when you're talking about metal shavings. Beautiful inside. You ready? Ow! Oh my gosh. All right, so now I'm gonna use this big one and little one, whoops, to tighten those bolts back up. And everything has quit dripping. We've cleaned everything. So, well, there's a little bit right there. We'll just wipe it on our blanket. And so I'm gonna get up underneath here. And actually, oh, it's right there. So it's better to see with the oil dripping in your face. So I'm gonna tighten the big one and the little one, and then we're gonna probably add some oil, and we'll see. I don't always change my own oil, but when I do, I drink Dos Equis. I have this filler funnel. As you can see, it's very long. And so I'm going to put it in here and try to manipulate it, oops, to where it goes. What the hell, this worked at practice. Manipulate it to where it goes towards the dipstick. Okay? And then I'm going to take the dipstick out And then I want to make sure I clean the area very well so no sand gets back in the clean oil. So I did an oil change on my CanAm in 6 beers. Not too bad, with assistance with my husband, of course. Thanks, babe. Now we're gonna start it up and see if it leaks and make sure, that's my husky, and make sure everything's okay and there's just no leak. So we're ready to go to the dunes next weekend for Labor Day. All right, so it's not spitting oil. Everything looks good. And I think it's just gonna be time to clean it up. And tomorrow, I will take her for a ride and make sure everything's kosher. Thank you for joining Sandfox Off-Road for our experience. Thank you for joining Sandfox Off-Road for my first oil change that I've ever done. And again, thank you to my husband, Jim McFlippin, for helping me. Tune in to Sandfox Off-Road Instagram and YouTube.